Hey, shalom to the elect. I want to start by giving all the praises, honor, and glory to whom it rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak All right, Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. All right, Bahashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai is the true name of his son. All right, Yahweh is the one who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is the one who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right, and they're both so-called black men and not so-called white men. All right, Yahweh's name means he exists, or he is, or he to be, with Yah meaning he and Hawa meaning to be or exists. And Yahweh Shai's name means he is the savior or he is the deliverer. All right, with Yah meaning he and Hawa Shai meaning save or deliver. All right, Bahashem once again meaning in the name. Rachah Kodash meaning Holy Spirit. Rachah meaning spirit and Kodash meaning holy. So I said all the praises, honor, and glory belongs to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, ever well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. All right, so this is, briefly going into the split, all right, of the kingdom, all right. Because if you look at the tribe sign, all right, you notice it says Southern Kingdom, all right, and then it says Northern Kingdom, okay. And 12 tribes sign. If you haven't seen this before, this is your first time seeing this, all right, pretty much, it's telling who the true children of Israel are. Right? If you see your father's nationality, all right, on the right side of this sign, okay, then you're an Israelite, okay, because these people that's on the right side of the sign, their true nationality, all right, are Hebrew Israelites of the nation of Israel from the tribes on the left side of the sign, all right, from whatever one they correspond to, okay. If you look closer, you see brackets around some of them, all right. One says Southern Kingdom, and another one says Northern Kingdom, and they're around specific tribes, okay. And there's history, all right, which is our history, okay, the history of us so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Seminole Indians, all right, of you know, we have a history, okay, because we had a split, all right, you read about the kingdom split, okay, where you have the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom, all right. So I'm gonna just go into that history, and Lord willing, it's edifying, okay, because it's good to know these things, all right. We should, okay, especially also if the scoffer comes up, you don't want to look stupid, right? So Lord willing, this is edifying, all right. So I'm gonna start here, okay. So yeah, this is 1 Kings chapter 11, starting in verse 1, all right. So it says, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, right? So, Solomon, okay, he had, these different women, all right. And also King Solomon, okay, his name, all right, in the Hebrew way of saying his name is Shalamah, okay. And bear me 1 second. This internet is slow. Salakia. See if I can get it. You know what? I'm gonna just go into the app. Maybe that'll go faster. Salakia. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Alright. So it'll pop up Solomon. Here we go. So the Hebrew way of saying Solomon is Shalamah, and it means peace. Okay. We all know Solomon, All right, it was one of Yahweh Shai's past reincarnations. I'm not going to go into it, but if you don't know about it, just type in uh, King Solomon or Yahweh Shai was King Solomon GMS. Just type that in on YouTube. All right, but it says, First Kings 11:1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites. Of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. All right, and let me make this clear too that it's not. See, Solomon didn't go off by having heathen women. All right, that's not where he messed up at. All right, you listen to other Israelite camps, they'll tell you that he messed up, or they'll tell you that it's going off to have heathen women, which is not. But King Solomon, that's not where he messed up at. Okay, that's not how he messed up. All right, we're gonna read it. All right, verse 3 says, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. And this also goes to show that us Israelites, all right, us Israelite men, all right, it's just, hey, man, we've always been having multiple women, all right? It's just a thing of ours, okay? In this society, all right, a woman, it's like, women, how women get when, they find out you have another woman, start getting jealous, etc., and they start acting all, sometimes they even want to hurt you, all right? Sometimes they may even want to kill you, man, all right? And get this, is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 26, verse 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. All right? So, King Solomon says, and he has 700, and he has 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with Yahweh his power, as was the heart of David his father. So that's how he went off. Okay, not because he had other women. So like heathen women. All right, but this is why. All right, it says his wives turned away his heart after other gods. All right. It says, and his heart was not perfect with Yahweh's power, as was the heart of David his father. All right, verse 5, for Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of Yahweh, and went not fully after Yahweh, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, if I'm saying that right, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods. Verse 9, and Yahweh was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from Yahweh power of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods. But he kept not that which Yahweh commanded. Wherefore Yahweh said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. All right, and that word rend, just get that real quick. Rend, Strong's H7167, the Hebrew word is korai, and it means to tear, rend, to tear away or out. All right. That's what that means. It says, so the Lord said he will rend the kingdom from Solomon and give it to thy servant. It says, notwithstanding in thy days I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son. You see, so the Lord wouldn't split up the kingdom in the days of King Solomon. The Lord would split up the kingdom in the days when his son Rehoboam would reign. Okay. Or while the Lord would split up the kingdom of Israel, all right, during the reign of Rehoboam, King Solomon's son. Okay. And then once again, the verse above, it says, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee and will give it to thy servant. Okay. We're going to find out who that servant is in a minute. All right. But verse 13, it says, howbeit I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for for David, my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. And that one tribe is the tribe of Judah. All right. Now, you understand, all right, you know, pretty much the Lord is gonna split the kingdom up, right? You know, and it said, Lord, so the Lord was saying, and give it to thy servant, right? So now let's find out who the servant is. And I'm gonna skip, all right, down to the verse, all right. So this video isn't too long, all right. So if you want to read, you read on your own time, the verses I'm skipping, you can do that. All right, but I'm just skip, so video isn't too long. So let's find out who this servant is. All right. So 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 26. And Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, an Ephrathite of Zereda, Solomon's servant, whose mother's name was Zeruiah, a widow woman, even he lifted up his hand against the king. All right. So Jeroboam. Okay. And here we also see which tribe would be the head of the northern kingdom. Okay. Which that tribe would be Ephraim. Okay. So this is Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, an Ephrathite. All right. Verse 27. And this was the cause that he lifted up his hand against the king. Solomon built Millo and repaired the breaches of the city of David his father. And the man Jeroboam was a mighty man of valor, and Solomon, seeing the young man that he was industrious, he made him ruler over all the charge of the house of Joseph. Verse 29. And it came to pass at that time, when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahijah the Shilonite found him in the way, and he had clad himself with a new garment, and they two were alone in the field. All right. So Jeroboam. Oh, by the way, let me get some of these names real quick. Salakia. Just get the name Jeroboam. All right. Jeroboam. Just let's see how I say it in the Hebrew. Jeroboam. The Strong's is H3379. If I'm saying this right, Yeroboam or Yarabaim. All right. So Jeroboam, the first king of the northern kingdom of Israel, when the kingdom split at the death of Solomon, and the 10 tribes split off from Judah and Benjamin, in the kingdom under Solomon's son Rehoboam, idolatry was introduced at the beginning of his reign. All right, so we're going to get to how Benjamin, got a part of the southern kingdom. All right, Lord willing. All right. But, so that's how you say. So that's Jeroboam in Hebrew. Okay, so let's reread verse 29. So 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 29. And it came to pass at that time, when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahijah the Shilonite found him in the way, and he had clad himself with a new garment, and they two were alone in the field. All right, so Jeroboam and Ahijah, ran into each other. Okay, all right. Verse 30. And Ahijah caught the new garment that was on him, and rent it in 12 pieces. Okay. And let me just check something. All right, we already looked up the word rend. All right, so it means to tear. Okay, so it says, and Ahijah caught the new garment that was on him and rent it or tore it in 12 pieces. And you can already guess what those 12 pieces represent. All right, represents the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. Verse 31. And he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces. For thus saith Yahweh, the power of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee. Okay, so here is being stated that Jeroboam would be set up over the 10 tribes, or the northern kingdom. Okay. Now I'm going to jump down some more verses. All right. Verse 40. It says, Solomon sought therefore to kill Jeroboam, and Jeroboam arose and fled into Egypt unto Shishak, king of Egypt, and was in Egypt until the death of Solomon. All right, so Jeroboam, fled into Egypt. Okay, and was there until Solomon had passed, right? Had passed away, or had died, right? I'm getting that. So when we get to the next chapter, right, you understand what's talking about when it says a certain verse. All right, so verse 41, and the rest of the acts of Solomon and all that he did and his wisdom, are they not written in the book of the acts of Solomon? And the time that Solomon reigned in Jerusalem over all Israel was 40 years. So Solomon reigned for a period of 40 years. And also, by the way, Solomon was reigning, man. Jake was balling, all right? Jake was living good, man, all right? Verse 43, and Solomon slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David, his father. And Rehoboam, his son, reigned in his stead. Rehoboam was the son of Solomon. Okay, so now remember, it said, I will, the Lord said he would split up the kingdom during the reign of Rehoboam. So now we're getting to Rehoboam, Solomon's son. Okay. Let me get the name Rehoboam. All right, the Strong's is 87346. The word Rehoboam in the Hebrew way of saying it is Rachabaim, if I'm saying that right. It says Rehoboam, a son of Solomon, and the first king of Judah after the split up of the kingdom of Israel. Okay? So now let's get to the 12th chapter. So 1 Kings chapter 12, starting in verse 1. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt. Remember, Jeroboam had fled to Egypt. Okay. Verse 3 says that they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, so, Jeroboam came back. All right. So it says that they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee. All right. So what was the yoke or the grievous yokes, Solomon put on the tribes? I remember, we was reading in 1 Kings the 11th chapter, all right, how Solomon, was, how he went into idolatry. He was building those idols and things. All right. So him building that stuff, it all cost. All right. So, there's a chance he put, more tribute on the tribes. Okay. So that was the grievous yoke. All right. Verse 5. And he said unto them, depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, how do ye advise that I may answer this people? All right. So Rehoboam, asked the old men that stood before Solomon how he should respond to Jake. All right. Verse 7. And they spake unto him, saying, if thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and wilt serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. Verse 8. But he forsook the counsel of the old men, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him. See, so Rehoboam, he didn't listen to the the advice that the old men, all right, so that stood before Solomon, gave to him. Okay. Instead, he went and asked his homeboys, and that's something Jake would do. Start go. He wouldn't listen to he wouldn't listen to pretty much Jake. You could see a so-called black man, listening to his homeboys. Okay, you could see that. All right, this is another indicator, showing you, man, that this is our history. All right. This is definitely us, man. All right. This is a part of our history. Okay. So 1 Kings 12 and 8 again, it says, but he forsook the counsel of the old men, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, which stood before him. And he said unto them, what counsel give ye that we may answer this people? who have spoken to me, saying, make the yoke which thy father did upon us lighter. So once again, Rehoboam, went and asked his homeboys the same question, right? Verse 10, and the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. Verse 11, and now whereas my father did lade you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father hath chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. All right. Verse 12, so Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, come to me again the third day. Remember, because he told him to come back. Verse 13, and the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, my father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from Yahweh, that he might perform his saying, which Yahweh spake by Ahijah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. Okay? You see? It says, for the cause was from Yahweh, that he might perform his saying, which Yahweh spake by Ahijah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. All right? You see? So the Lord is in control. That just shows you how the Lord is in control, man. All right? So it says the kingdom divided, Jeroboam rules Israel. All right, it says, so when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel, now see to thine own house, David. So Israel departed unto their tents, but as for the children of Israel which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. All right, verse 18, then King Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones that he died. Therefore King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee Jerusalem. So here Rehoboam sends a tributary to get the northern kingdom in order. All right, but the northern kingdom stoned him. All right, the the northern kingdom stoned that stone that dude, right? Verse 19. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day. Okay? So verse 20 says, and it came to pass when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation and made him king over all Israel. So here they made Jeroboam king over the northern kingdom. All right? It says, there was none that followed the house of David but the tribe of Judah only. Right? So when the split initially happened, only the tribe of Judah remained loyal to the house of David. All right? You see? So let's keep reading. All right? Verse 21, and when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin. All right? So, then, Rehoboam got, so it says he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin. So Benjamin stayed with Judah during the split. Okay? This is how Benjamin is a part of the southern kingdom. Okay? This is how Benjamin is a part of the southern kingdom. So you look at the picture, all right, and you see Benjamin in the southern kingdom. Now you have the understanding, of it. Matter of fact, let me get another precept real quick. Salakia. 2 Chronicles, is it 11? Yeah. All right, this is 2 Chronicles chapter 11 and verse 12. Let me just, it says Rehoboam reigns over Judah and builds cities. All right. So, more proof, to show you, that, more proof to show you. Bear me just 1 second. Salakia. So more people, showing you Judah and Benjamin on the house they were on the side of the house of David. All right, so Second Chronicles chapter 11 and verse 12, it says, and then every city, it's like a net. Matter of fact, started from verse 5. And Rehoboam dwelt in Jerusalem and built cities for defense in Judah. He built even Bethlehem and Etam and Tekoa and Bethzer and Shoko and Adullam and Gath and Marashah and Ziph and Adoram and Lachish and Zekah and Zorah and Ajalon and Hebron, which are in Judah and in Benjamin cities. And he fortified the strongholds and put captains in them and stored victual and of oil and wine. Verse 12. Here's the point. And in every several city he put shields and spears and made them exceeding strong, having Judah and Benjamin on his side. All right, so you see, Judah and Benjamin were on the side of the house of David. Okay, so now once again you have the understanding of how Benjamin, all right, is in the southern kingdom. Okay, now let's get down to Levi. All right, so back in 1 Kings chapter 12, all right, and verse 20 again, it says, and it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation, and made him king over all Israel. All right, so Jeroboam was being made king, over the northern kingdom. All right, it says, there was none that followed the house of David but the tribe of Judah only. So when the split initially happened, okay, only the tribe of Judah remained loyal to the house of David. Okay. Verse 21, it says, and when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin. All right. Then, later on, you come to find out Benjamin stayed with Judah during the split. Okay. So Benjamin stayed with Judah during the split. Initially, it was Judah, but, then Benjamin, pretty much joined in, all right, with Judah. All right, so Benjamin stayed with Judah during the split. Okay. So it says, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin, and 180,000, which is 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors to fight against the house of Israel, to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam the son of Solomon. Verse 22, but the word of Yahweh came unto Shemaiah the man of the Most High, saying, speak unto Rehoboam the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and to the remnant of the people, saying, thus saith Yahweh, ye shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearken therefore to the word of Yahweh, and return to depart, according to the word of Yahweh. All right? Verse 25, then Jeroboam built Shechem and Mount Ephraim, and dwelt therein, and went out from thence, and built Penuel. And Jeroboam said in his heart, now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of Yahweh at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam king of Judah. And they shall kill me and go again to Rehoboam king of Judah. So Jeroboam knew, that the kingdom had split, but the tribes still had to, go, to Jerusalem, to the temple, to sacrifice, So if they do go back there, eventually their minds will turn back and unite with Judah. So Jeroboam, he wanted to prevent that. He wanted to prevent that from happening. Okay? Verse 28. Whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold, and said unto them, is it too much, Salakia? And said unto them, it is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. So this Jeroboam, all right, he made 2 calves of gold, all right, and then gave it the credit for Jake getting up out of the land of Egypt, all right. Jeroboam immediately makes 2 calves of gold and gives it the credit for bringing Jake out of Egypt, all right. Verse 29, and he set the one in Bethel, and the other put he in Dan. And this thing became a sin, for the people went to worship before the one, even unto Dan. And he made an house of high places. Watch this. Here's the point. Let me read a verse, 1 Kings 12 and 31. And he made an house of high places, and made priests of the lowest of the people, which were not of the sons of Levi. You see? So Jeroboam, what he did was, he pretty much, you know, Jeroboam built idols and put anyone as the priest, okay? And this is why Levi didn't stay in the northern kingdom. They went to Judah, where they were still able to do office of the priesthood, okay? This is how Levi is a part of the southern kingdom. All right, now let me get precept. 2 Chronicles, chapter 11, starting in verse 13. All right, it says, "And the priests and the Levites," matter of fact, hold on, Salakia. Bear me just 1 second. Salakia. So let me start it from verse 12. Again, it says, so this is 2 Chronicles chapter 11, starting from verse 12. Again, it says, "And in every several city he put shields and he put shields and spears, and made them exceeding strong, having Judah and Benjamin on his side." All right? So once again, the tribes of Judah and Benjamin, all right, were on the side of the house of David. Okay? Verse 13, "And the priests and the Levites that were in all Israel resorted to him out of all their coasts. And the priests were only the sons of Aaron, not the whole tribe of Levi." All right, and the priests, pretty much the priests and the Levites, all right, they resorted to Rehoboam out of all of their coasts. All right, it says, verse 14, "For the Levites left their suburbs and their possession, and came to Judah and Jerusalem. For Jeroboam and his sons had cast them off from executing the priest's office unto Yahweh. And he ordained him priest for the high places and for the devils and for the calves which he had made." All right. And we just read, 1 Kings about this. All right. So yeah, the priests and the Levites, they left their suburbs and the possessions that they had amongst the northern kingdom, and came to Judah and Jerusalem, all right, because Jeroboam and his sons had them taken out of the priest's office, all right, and put other people to be priests. Okay, so this is how Levi is a part of the southern kingdom. All right, you also had some northern kingdom, all right, that stayed within I'm gonna just read it, verse 15, 2 Chronicles chapter 11, starting at verse 15. "And he ordained him priests for the high places, and for the devils, and for the calves which he had made." Verse 16. And after them, out of all the tribes of Israel, such as set their hearts to seek Yahweh, power of Israel, came to Jerusalem to sacrifice unto Yahweh, power of their fathers. All right, and we read that. 2 Chronicles chapter 11 and verse 16. "And after them, out of all the tribes of Israel, such as set their hearts to seek Yahweh, power of Israel, came to Jerusalem to sacrifice unto Yahweh, power of their fathers." So there were also some Israelites of the northern kingdom that didn't want to worship the idols like the rest of the northern kingdom of Jeroboam, but they wanted to remain loyal to the Lord, and they came from the northern kingdom to Jerusalem and sacrificed to the Lord. All right, so you see. So you had some northern kingdom, all right, that wasn't down with you had some Israelites in the northern kingdom that wasn't down with the rest of the northern kingdom of Jeroboam, all right, but this is the split, of the northern, it's like the nation of Israel, This is where the southern. This is where you get this is the history behind the southern. Those terms, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. All right. And so the southern kingdom being Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, that's the southern kingdom. We just went and proved how, those tribes make up the southern kingdom. All right, so that obviously tells you that the rest of the tribes are the northern kingdom. Okay, so yeah, man. All right, you know, but just some quick history on that. All right, I may do a part two and go over it. Again, Lord willing, but yeah, all right. So Lord willing, this was edifying. All right. Once again, it is good to notice. All right. It's part of our history. All right. So with that, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory to whom it rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, never well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Peace, which in Hebrew is Shalom. So Shalom to the elect.